Hi, I'm Debbie Moore from worshipdownloads.com. A few months ago, we sent out a questionnaire asking how we could improve our service to our customers. In response, there was one unanimous request. More than anything else, you wanted to be able to edit and rearrange the MIDI files to your own requirements. Not only changing the key and tempo, but also maybe to have the ability of selecting and mixing different instruments and adding or taking away verses, choruses, and instrumental interludes from within the MIDI files. A virtual worship band. So with this clear mandate in mind, we attempted to find a programmer who could implement such a task. We spent considerable hours trying to connect with the right resource, but frustratingly hit a brick wall. Then out of the blue, the solution found us from the other side of the world, Australia to be precise. We are totally indebted to the genius, diligence, passion and vision of Reverend Wayne McHugh for building us a unique MIDI editor called My-Midi that allows you to edit and rearrange the MIDI files as described. My-Midi is our online tool for easily customizing MIDI files bought from worshipdownloads.com. My-Midi will allow you to transpose, change tempo, change instruments and instrument levels. But further and uniquely, you will also be able to rearrange the sections of the music to suit your particular needs without any musical or technical knowledge. As far as we know, this is a world first and only available on worshipdownloads.com. Currently, we have around 350 of our most popular MIDI files that can be rearranged, but we will continue to make them all available as soon as possible. Our agreement with Wayne is that My-Midi should be available free of charge to customers who have purchased our files. This is the first in a series of short training videos to make sure you know how to get the most out of My-Midi. Worshipdownloads.com is a music ministry to serve the Christian church around the world. My-Midi has been written for free, and its use is supplied free to our customers as part of our ministry. Here is a brief video message from Reverend Wayne McHugh.
Hi, my name is Wayne McHugh, and I've developed My-Midi during the first 6 months of 2014. I was a professional programmer for 17 years before retraining for full-time ministry in the church. I'm now a minister in the Uniting Church in Australia, and I only exercise my programming skills when I feel led by God to do so. While it's a small project, My-Midi is perhaps the most complex project I've undertaken. Maybe I'm just getting old, but the rearrangement feature within My-Midi certainly is complex. I wrote My-Midi as a ministry to Christian churches around the world. It never will earn me money, and I don't want it to. I want to help make good music available to small churches, those who lack the musicians to perform music that they want to sing. And that brings me to worshipdownloads.com and Dave and Debbie Moore. For several years I've been their customer. I've regularly needed a MIDI file for a particular song I wanted to use in church, and my searching the internet most often landed me back on worshipdownloads.com with the best available MIDI file. I've since investigated copyright law and learnt that free MIDI files are a breach of copyright. Dave and Debbie provide their files to us at very low prices, historically not even enough to cover their production costs. But they are legal because they pay the embedded copyright. A file you buy from worshipdownloads.com, be it MIDI, MP3 or video, can be used legally in your church if you have a copyright license that allows you to play that song. You can't do better than that inside the law. I have written and provided My-Midi to worshipdownloads.com for free, and they are providing it to you for free, for the good of Christ's church around the world. My-Midi is not perfect. but I'm still working on it. But I'm sure you will find it highly effective the way it is now. I hope you find worshipdownloads.com and My-Midi helpful to your ministry. God bless you and your people.